Got him! Today we're spectating randoms, see what we're gonna get, talk a little bit about the state of the game, if much has changed, because I think there's a lot of people just kind of waiting for that big update that hasn't quite happened. I feel like the audio in the game has improved. That's one of the biggest things that they said they wanted to tackle. Perfect, far from perfect, right? Far from perfect. But at least they are making steps to make the game a little bit more playable in that sense. There still are times where things do get a little bit wonky, as you'd expect with Warzone, because even with Warzone 1, they never even got that dialed in, which is super unfortunate. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that go into play. They haven't really changed the map much. Obviously, we had the green water for St. Patrick's Day, and we also had the little bit of a sniper. Dude's AFK for how long? How long does it let you stay AFK? People are AFK in their tears. All right, I don't know how long this guy before he gets kicked, so we'll keep going. Obviously, the map hasn't changed much between the St. Patrick's Day and that. It was good for like a little bit of an event, but I think they should have those types of things regularly, whether it's for Easter and they have a bunny-based thing related to that beyond the St. Patrick's Day. I think that'd be cool. The same way we had it in Caldera with the little Christmas tree event. They could have reused those assets going forward for Valentine's Day and do something like that. Even if it's an LTM mode where you can kind of have a little bit of fun, at least until the next update comes out. Because although they've given us all the mode, they still don't have third person in Battle Royale, which is kind of crazy considering they expect you to buy cosmetics that really you can't see much other than what we're seeing right now, which is just the dude's hand. Even at this angle, you see a little bit less of it, even a cosmetic maybe, where you kind of change it and get the pro tuning. The other part that's really lacking from Warzone, I think it's really limited its effectiveness, is we had a podcast on the Pulse Check about a week and a half ago, and we were talking with Hunter in there. He was talking about the lack of lore and direction with Warzone 2. Considering that Warzone 1, the first year, had tons of lore, where you're able to go to different POIs and grab certain intel, and they're essentially telling a story. Each seasonal event added and expanded on that story. As we went into Cold War and Vanguard, we continued to expand and grow that story. Although it was kind of crazy where we went back in time or whatever, all that, it made sense for what it was, and it allowed the map to change dynamically. In terms of gameplay, that really hasn't happened, so I don't know if that's just a lack of creativity on their end, or that has limited them from developing the map. We're told and we're expected that there's going to be some huge changes on this part of the map, the top left section of the map that's mostly empty. Whether they add a black site, some new POIs, some areas to loot, it is nice to fill that area out, but it's not something that's going to revolutionize or change the game, because it's only going to impact the small portions of the map. Example, this case in point where literally nothing is actually happening in that area and it's not impacting the map in any way. You need those moment-to-moment changes, and that's where really the gameplay and the gameplay replayability comes into play. I think that's one thing that's severely lacking from Warzone 2, is because, but despite all the mechanics, it has a very simplistic and very rudimentary gameplay loop. You land, you loot. You kind of land near where your favorite spot is. You loot up, get some chests, get enough money, you buy a gun, and then you head to the closest stronghold, one of the 5. You hurry up, get that done really quickly, and then you'll get a UAV for that section of the map. Immediately, you head over to do a black site, and then you clear that area. You get looted up with whatever loot's there, because now you don't get larger backpacks. You do get the redeploy token, which is huge, especially all the way up until late game, in case someone makes a mistake, over peaks, something like that. And then you kind of just lock down that area depending on where that area of the map is. So whether you get the stronghold over here, or there's something on this side, you're going to be able to lock down that area indefinitely. And that's kind of where we're at with the game, where you just do that, you rotate early, you position center zone. Since there's so many penalties for moving, and TTK is as fast as it is, you can pretty much catch anyone. And if you're positioned well enough, a precision's not going to stop you. A cluster bomb drone, they've got taken out at least a battle royale, you're not going to have to deal with those issues. You're going to be stuck doing the same thing. And it's kind of even the point that this guy has not been kicked yet. It's crazy. We're zone 3. What are we doing here? There should be auto kick features if it's not in the game. I don't know what it is, but it should have already been gone and kicked by now. We're down to top 40 and literally nothing's happened for this guy. And then you got all these other elements, right? That's a basic combat loop. And then they've kind of diminished the value of AI by reducing them. You still have the juggernauts, which are pretty hefty, but you kind of get used to how to take those down. But when it comes to all those variables tied together, you end up with the scenario where the game just is not a great space to play in. And that's unfortunate. And that's why people maybe walked away, and maybe he's farming tiers and wants to just finish their battle pass, and they don't actually care about like grinding the game, because maybe the game is stale for them too, but they want to get their money back for the $10 they paid for the battle pass to get the 1,400 COD points, so that they get that back for next season when hopefully it's in a good spot, because they've talked about how the movement is going to change, how the TTK will likely change, how the one-shot snipers will likely be back, but nerfed, heavily nerfed. Not like what we saw in the LTM where it was one shot to the toe. Looks like this person's going to die now. Nobody found them. I tried to type in the chat, but it doesn't do it for the whole lobby anymore. So that was a little bit wonky. Glad this person's out. We'll be able to spectate a real player, and we'll see kind of what they're using. I like the way that the loadouts change. That's a W. All these incremental W's, but literally the gameplay loop hasn't changed. The TTK is still incredibly fast, so there's no real difference in the positioning late. Everyone's going to be using the Hemlock, because a Hemlock is meta. Despite the RPK getting nerfed and essentially the ground and a bunch of other guns, the Hemlock is a very good gun and versatile. It's still the meta, and there's a couple other top tier meta beyond that people can use, but this one's super comfortable, especially in solos. 45 round mag isn't a huge penalty, and you kind of you're able to still rock the gun. And you can see they're using the suppressor, the extended mag, a barrel. You got the cluster mine. Oh, he's gonna ego challenge it because he's not gonna get one shot, right? He ends up having 7,400. We still have the issues with the plating animation doesn't properly show that you're plated. Throws a smoke. Very good. He's going to end up taking that dude out. Did he get him? Oh, he didn't get him down. Nice. He tried. They tried really hard. Hopefully got enough time left for the gulag. They only had 3 kills, so they weren't that active, but at least they were using the top dog weapon, right? This is the guy who won. He won the black site. He's a more of an aggressive player, and you can see that here is the black site in the area, and they're gonna have the black site all the way up to here, and if they get lucky on zone pool, they might have it even longer because it's gonna shift back towards them. So we'll see. You can see that there's some enemies rotating in on this outside, and you can hold them. You just got to get high ground position well, and then you're going to be a good spot. They still have precision. They could use some other like munitions or plates, because they are low on plates with only having 2. Somebody's gliding in the left. Lockman sub, again, the other meta, even though they did nerf it and buff it at the same time, it's either that or the Vaznev, right? You either use one of those two. They're going to rotate probably to, I don't even know where. There's a cluster coming from over here to there, but there's only one buy in the entire zone, and it's over here by airport.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
So he called the advanced. All right, you got to swap that out. Moving along, the vehicle bug is still in the game. When they get out of the vehicle, automatically switches to the head cam. And there's people going to be commenting, "Oh my God, a head cam." Be pre-firing. He has the advance, so he doesn't know what level the guy's on, and that's one of the weaknesses with the advance. You don't get the directional audio. Oh, these guys, maybe got him, and he's dead. Just like that. All the work in the world, the guy baiting with a riot shield. So we've seen basically Hemlock Lockman. This guy is using a show attack. Holy, is this guy AFK? He just posted up. Posted up. What are they going to get? So you can use a few different quote-unquote off-meta, but still top-tier viable. They are using a VLK. They did fix the penalties on those, so they're speeding up the game slowly. I still would like to be able to strafe in a gunfight, because most of the time it feels like you're in mud, and by the time you're getting shot, unless you just hit headshots and don't miss, you're likely get deleted. Oh man, this dude's beaming. Wonder if he's using like a DMR style gun because he's single firing. And it does look like he's hitting some pretty good damage shots. So use the cluster for the rotation. There is a vehicle there. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get close enough to the vehicle. Gulag is closing, so doesn't matter if you've gone or not. You're going to be kind of lost on that. So zone 5. This guy would have still had the zone for a little bit. And he went aggressive with that advance and got killed by a stair dude. There's not much you can do with that. So Lockman, again, Lockman sub, and they actually have an optic on there. I'm a fan of optic, even on SMGs, just because sometimes the visibility of the muzzle, like shaking with the iron sights, is enough to get you to lose a gunfight. So personally, it's more reliable. It just sucks that you have to waste an attachment on that. So you can see someone did get out. They might be creeping up the stairs. You can hear the person. They're fighting. That's the riot shielder. I can't tell if they're above or below. Directionally, audio is generally good. Oh, there it is. There it is. Good debate. And got him. Broke him. He killed the riot shielder. He's going to go for the execution. W. Okay, I guess when you do executions too, it switches the camera. Proxmine, great to put on the stairs. You should be able to lock down this building for a long time. Probably close that door. The stairs right here is another, or the ladder rather, is another key area to watch out for. You don't want to expose yourself. Oh! Holy, I didn't hear that person. Maybe they were just posted up for a while. But there are people rotating down, I think, as well. There's at least one. I'm not sure how they got up there. I didn't hear that. Oh, Hemlock. Got the trophy down. This is a pretty good power spot. You really only got to watch about this side, and you're still in zone. So you can kind of just watch people as they rotate. There's still 11 other players. You heard a sniper or something on that side of the map in front. You just gotta like watch that nobody creeps up on your building. You have so much loot here. You could use that recon drone. Be a little bit risky as a solo. Just kind of wasting it just so you could pick up the other one. Because the inventory looks like it's probably full. Bag of money you really can't do anything with. And then you have a spare precision there. It's gonna go for the recon drone. Now's the time to do it if you're going to. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone's in your building, but you didn't do a good look. Holy, this thing sucks. Everyone has cold-blooded or what? Oh, there's one. On the far right. He didn't check his own building. I told him to look down. Too bad he can't hear us. I was like, he's like, he didn't check the bottom of his building. Guy was probably climbing the ladder. Sucks for you, bro. All right, cool. Was this a Hemlock with the weird stock? Iron sights, though? I'm not a fan of the iron sights, so this is probably like the sniper support, or they regained and they didn't get overkill. Still an okay spot. You got to get over to the other roof. It doesn't look like you are going to have a problem. Oh, shoot. You're just going for it. Oh, no. Oh, whew. All right. Cool. 6 other players. You can put down a claymore somewhere. Heartbeat, bro. This thing's like 10 meters. They're fighting outside. You can actually jump in on that.
5 remaining.
They're fighting outside. You can get free licks. The heartbeat sensor, bro. Oh, yeah, they're not on the heartbeat. Guess what? My heartbeat sensor doesn't work. Yeah, no, duh. You gotta put your claymore and then you look out the windows, bro. Dude, sold. Heartbeat. Dude, literally, it's a 10 meter, like, I think it's 12 meters. So, like, the person being outside the door, you're not gonna spot them. Horrible. Another Lockman sub. So, Lockman is still king. People were like, ask, Well, when are you gonna do updated meta? Literally, the meta hasn't changed. The hemlock, which we covered. Nice.
Relocating the safe zone.
Okay, now he's kind of in a bad spot. He's gonna get held. There's 3 other players. Hopefully he doesn't get killed here because of the timing. Catch him, bro. You do have a golden gas mask? It's ticking kind of fast. I don't know where the other 3 players are. Someone might be, yeah. You might be able to, rough. You're supposed to jump to the right and use the building as cover and then go along the building. Not really much you can do there because you didn't win your gunfight. There's the other one outside the gas. They're fighting. Where's the last guy?
You're losing ground.
He got good pull. Oh, you hear him underneath. Nice. Easy. Other guys out in the field. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, he can't thirst you. No, he can. No way. They let you live. Oh, there's no way.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
No way. They sold. GG's. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.